LGBTQ activist Eric Undawula is gathering laundry from outside his home in Uganda's capital, Kampala. But he says he won't be living here by the end of the month. Last month, Uganda's parliament ordered an investigation into the alleged promotion of homosexuality in schools. Days later, a video circulated online, identifying Undawula as gay. His landlord showed him the video, before serving him with an eviction notice.
I'm now a threat to the children around because I'm going to per se recruit them into homosexuality. I've been in this house for over 4 years.
Activists say lesbian, gay, bisexual and transgender Ugandans have been hit by a wave of discrimination and violence since Parliament announced its investigation.
Let's take a closer look into this Uganda anti-LGBTQ law that their parliament just passed.
Under the proposed legislation, friends, family and members of the community would have a duty to report individuals in same-sex relationships to the authorities.
You hear what is in the bill, right? Friends, family members and members of a community now have a duty to report people whom they suspect are engaging in same-sex activities. In other words, people should start spying on their neighbors. People should start snitching on their neighbors. So, if you have that wicked uncle who has been telling you what to do, when to do, how to do it, now is the time to get your pound of flesh. If there is that neighbor whom you had problem with, maybe you guys had a disagreement about something, now is the time to report him or her as someone engaging in same-sex activities or someone promoting same-sex activities or someone in support of the LGBT community. Now is the time to report him as one of those people. And if you're a policeman who has had problems with people, maybe that you wanted to take something from them and they refuse, now is the time for you to go after them. Because according to this bill, you can just tell your superior that that neighbor is someone who identifies as LGBTQ. You see how dangerous this law is. I have said this many times. It is never a good idea to tell people to spy on their neighbor. Never. It's never a good idea to tell people in a community to peep at their neighbors. Never. It's never a good idea for our government to empower the people to snitch on their neighbors. It's never a good idea. Many things will go wrong. Many things will go wrong. And I don't understand why lawmakers in Uganda feel the need to go this hard. I do not understand. But one thing I can say for sure, or one thing I do understand, is that empowering the people to snitch or to report on their neighbors and friends is a really bad idea. Because remember, okay, we have differences with other people. People always have issues with other people. And if a law like this allows people to report to the authorities, are you sure they are only going to be reporting issues related to same-sex? Are you sure people will not use this law to their own selfish advantage? Are you really sure? But Let's continue.
Homosexual acts are already illegal in the East African country, but the bill seeks to go further and criminalise people on the basis of their sexual identity. The bill passed with widespread support in Uganda's parliament.
So Uganda already criminalized same-sex activities. But I guess lawmakers said to themselves, you know what? We need a more stronger bill. We'll feel that the current law against same-sex activities is not strong enough. And actually, it's not really deterring people from engaging in this dangerous act. And so we need something stronger. We need to come up with something very, very severe. If you want people to stop, if you want to eradicate gayism, then you need to come up with something that will shock the people to their core. And then they said, oh, yeah, this one we do, this one we do. If only they use the same principles when talking about unemployment. If only they apply the same method when talking about government reforms, that like creating jobs for the people or providing cheap, affordable housing for the people, or even increasing the minimum wage. If only they went so hard in fighting against corruption and bribery. If only they used this same energy in developing Uganda, then I guess everyone would have been so much happier. So much happier. But Africa and Africans are so good with mispriorities. They see what is important and they ignore it, and they go for what doesn't really have anything to do with people. No, they just like, that one is too difficult. That one will not touch it. Oh, yeah, this one, yeah, this is a real thing we should be talking about. Africa is a very funny place. It's a very funny place. And you ask yourself, right? The law they had about 10 years ago, because a law was passed in 2013 about this same issue. How much did that law accomplish? How many people did that law manage to deter? And how many people became straight as a result of that law being put in place? So, kudos to Uganda MPs. Kudos to them. I can see how their hard work and dedication is really yielding proper fruits. Kudos to them. You would think that they would spend time trying to fix the lives of Ugandans, but no. They have more important things to do to clamp down on same-sex people. That is what is important. That is what is at stake here. Let's continue.
In our country, we will have our morals. We will protect our children. And we are making this law. We are making this law for ourselves. We are making this law for our children. We are making this law for the children of our children. This country will stand firm. And once it passed, I can tell you, Madam Speaker, we are going to reinforce the law enforcement officers to make sure that homosexuals have no space in Uganda.
Wow. 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 Why is he so angry? Did something happen to him? I don't know. He looks so angry. I get the feeling that this is not just about the bill. Someone might have done something to him, because the level of anger at which he was talking made you understand how painful this whole issue is to him. Is it that one of his children became a member of the LGBTQ? Is it that his relatives are all into LGBTQ? Is it that maybe his wife abandoned him and he is so angry and he needs to blame someone? LGBTQ people are the scapegoat. I have never seen anyone this angry. We must make sure that they have no place in our society. OMG. Wow. Yeah. We are going to reinforce the security forces to make sure that they can clamp down on those dangerous people. We must eradicate them. We must make sure that they have no place in our society. What a dangerous message to be putting out there. What a dangerous message to be putting out there. And I hope that after he must have, quote unquote, eradicate all same-sex people, he will finally find peace. Because I think he is in so much distress. He is so angry. And I hope that after this bill must have passed and the president must have enacted into law, and he must have empowered the security forces, and they must have clamped down on all the people they project or they think is their enemy, he will finally be in peace. I have never seen someone this angry. So I tell people, right, it's not just about LGBTQ community. It's not just about making laws that criminalize same-sex activities. It is about making laws against a particular group of people. And things like this are never good because politicians and government officials always need to have something to create divide in the community. They need us to be occupied with something while they keep on stealing from the government. I have asked you this question at a micro level in your own personal life. Let me know in the comment section below. Let's say, for example, this guy talking here finally eradicates every single person he thinks is the problem with Uganda. How will that positively impact your life? Will that get you a good paying job? Will that put food on your table? Will that help you afford a good housing? Will that help you get a good car? I mean, I'm talking to you on a personal basis. How will that help you? Please answer me in the comment section. And secondly, now they are making laws against LGBTQ and they are using severe and very harsh punishment. Today, it's against LGBTQ people. You might wonder who is going to be next. They might just decide to go after Muslims or Christians or people who don't believe in religion. Tomorrow, you might be next. Let this thought sink in for a few seconds.